few months ago, well, okay, it's not a few months ago, it's back in March, Lenovo presented this VibeShot device that is a camera phone, half camera, half phone. And it's got pretty advanced cameras, 8 megapixel on the front and 16 megapixel on the rear, with special professional options for the camera. 3 gigabytes of RAM, Snapdragon 615, beautiful 5-inch display. So if you want to find out more, check my review to see how was I impressed. When you take this phone first time in your hand, you'll see that it has a very high build quality. It's a pretty nice, beautiful design. I think that so far this is the best looking Lenovo smartphone, at least the best looking I've had so far. It's very thin, but you won't notice that until you remove the cover. So you do get this device with a cover, which is a little bit harder to remove, which is also good. So this is the cover. It's pretty thin, but I would like that if it had thinned out edges here, so maybe it looks a little bit sharper and a little bit bigger. I have bigger hands, so maybe it's not noticeable right now, but it doesn't have a thin feeling as other devices on the market. It has glass on the back, on the rear, and it's not slippery as on Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, which is pretty good. And the ergonomics is also pretty good. You get divided keys below the screen, they're virtual, and also the side keys are okay, but they could have been bumped out a little bit more, especially the volume keys, but okay. And you get a dedicated camera shutter key. Battery is not replaceable. It has 3000 milliampere, which is a little bit higher, but it's charged for more than 2 hours, and it lasted for only 1 day, and I was kind of disappointed with the battery. Now regarding the display, this is a 5-inch IPS display, great viewing angles, full HD resolution, 441 ppi pixel density. It's really one of the best displays on the market, but not the best. It's not as good as Samsung AMOLED, Super AMOLED displays, and you'll see that when you go outdoors on direct sunlight. You'll see that it's okay, but it's not the best. And it's pretty hard to adjust the brightness manually, because those icons from the upper dashboard are pretty small, but the automatic sensor works pretty good. Virtual keyboard doesn't feature numbers on top, but it's pretty good, and I wasn't mistyping much. You get comma and point on the first screen. If you have bigger fingers like me, maybe you should look for some other device, but you know, generally the keyboard is pretty good. Regarding the interface, this is the newest Android, and it looks a little bit different on this smartphone. You don't get a menu. All the icons are on the first screens like on iPhone, but you do get widgets. The upper dashboard is okay, but it's not ergonomically, it's not easy to use as on LG or on Samsung devices, because those icons are too small. You have to draw it 2 times. I don't know. I couldn't get used on this interface. Also, you can put only 4 icons below here. You can change whether you want to have these or some other icons, but you know, generally it looks better than before. Aesthetically, it's much more appealing, but still the ease of use is not on the level that I wanted it to be. You can install a bunch of applications because it has 32 gigabytes of internal memory, and it gets 3 gigabytes of RAM, Snapdragon 615. It's pretty fast. It's not the fastest device on the market, but to check out how is it good to play games on this device, what's it like, you know, to how long does it take to open the camera and other applications, check in my special video to see how fast this device is. Also, I'll tell you that it has a front 8 megapixel and rear 16 megapixel camera, and camera is the specialty of this device. You get pretty good photos, not the best on smartphone, but for that, check my camera review of Lenovo VibeShot. And also the speaker, there are 2 speakers on the bottom. To see how good they are, check my video for the sound quality. In the end, I have to say, so far this is the most expensive Lenovo smartphone that I had in my hands, and also it's the best one I've had so far. The build quality, the design, cameras, how fast it is, everything is pretty good. But it's not comparable to the higher end, like LG G4 or Galaxy S6 Edge or S6 Edge Plus. So it's not comparable with the best smartphones on the market, but it's very, very good, and I think you'll be satisfied. The only thing that actually I dislike, which is, you know, kind of personal, is the way that the interface looks. It's a copy from iPhone. It's not as good as an iPhone, but it looks similar to the iPhone. And you cannot arrange it as you wish. The upper dashboard with those icons, you know, that's drawn from the top. I don't like it. But besides that, everything else is very, very good on this smartphone. But as I said, not the best. If you have any questions, guys, please ask below in comments. If you want comparisons, I'll tell you which one is better to buy. Subscribe for our channel, like us on Facebook, and check the review on Gadget Compare to see more details on this device. Thank you guys for watching.